All right, let's dive right into this explainer and break down a truly suspenseful, nail-biting World Cup clash between Colombia and DR Congo. If you've ever wondered what actually happens when an unstoppable attacking force meets a completely immovable defensive wall, well, you're in the right place, because this is an absolute masterclass.
The second that whistle blew in Estadio Guadalajara, man, you could just feel the electricity. The stakes were incredibly high for both sides, obviously. But this really wasn't just your standard football match. It was a psychological battle of wills right from the kickoff.
Section 1. The relentless attack. Luis Diaz leads the charge. Right off the bat, Colombia is just piling on the pressure. We see Diaz making this brilliant overlapping run, totally exploiting those wide areas. The shot comes roaring in, but it's saved. The goal is sitting right there, wide open on the rebound. And incredibly, it goes wide. That pretty much set the tone early on. Colombia could absolutely find the open spaces, but actually finishing the job, that was going to be a total nightmare.
Section 2. Imposi's Masterclass. DR Congo's immovable object.
So if you're wondering why Colombia was pulling their hair out so early on, look no further than DR Congo's goalkeeper Imposi. I mean, this guy was an absolute brick wall. Diaz fires off these powerful shots, miraculously saved. Munoz actually gets the ball in the back of the net. Boom, the flag is up for offside. A super dangerous cross whipped the back post. Imposi just brilliantly bats it away. It was a literal goalkeeping clinic.
Section 3. Flags and frustrations. An emotional roller coaster.
Tracking the timeline of the match, you can literally map out Colombia's mounting desperation. In the early minutes, that offside goal from Munoz is just a massive momentum killer. Then you move to the middle minutes, and Diaz is stonewalled once again. Pushing late into the half, Imposi is still just batting away everything in sight. Every single time Colombia thought they'd finally crack the code, the door just slammed right back in their face.
And this dynamic perfectly highlights the clash of styles we were seeing. You have this stunning, incredibly technical execution from Colombia, like Thomas Rodriguez hitting Diaz with just a beautiful pass to open up space. But then, almost immediately reality sets in. The resulting shot is saved, yet again. It was just a continuous cycle of great attacking setups being completely neutralized by brilliant goalkeeping.
Section 4. The breakthrough. The dam finally breaks. Finally, after the tension reaches an absolute boiling point, the deadlock is miraculously broken. Munoz has done it again, but hey, this time it actually counts. Colombia secures this massive, undeniable breakthrough, and you could just feel the sheer psychological relief for the Colombian side. They finally shattered that illusion of an invincible defense. Section 5. The false finish. No rest on the pitch. Now, you'd think things would settle down after a breakthrough like that, right? Nope. The chaos just kept coming. Just picture this sequence. Colombia plays it long for Diaz, he's in on goal, and he executes this unbelievably beautiful chip over the keeper. It looks like the absolute dagger, but wait, no, it gets ruled out for a foul. An absolutely stunning sequence, just destroyed by another frustrating whistle.
And those wild swings of momentum, they didn't stop there. Diaz cuts back inside, he's hunting for more, and, yep, you guessed it, the flag goes up again. Honestly, at this point, the linesman's arm had to be getting sore. But you have to give it to Colombia. Their attacking spirit never faded, even when that offside flag became their toughest opponent on the pitch.
But as the clock really started to wind down, the whole dynamic flipped. DR Congo mounted their own desperate final attacks. You've got Tua rocketing these really dangerous shots from distance. But in stark contrast to earlier in the match, Colombia's defense, which honestly hadn't been tested all that much, held incredibly firm. Both of those terrifying late shots were safely neutralized.
And that brings us to the final reality, 1-0. When the final whistle blew, this incredibly narrow margin was literally the only thing separating going home from advancing. It's just a perfect reminder that in tournament football, one goal forged in the fires of an absolute offensive siege is sometimes all you need.
Section 6. Knockout stage bound. Persistence pays off.
So Colombia officially punches their ticket to the knockout stage, proving that overcoming adversity and sticking to your attacking identity really is everything. As we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this to chew on. We've seen how relentless they are, and we just saw how they can dismantle an immovable defense. But can this exact same high-wire, chaotic attacking style carry them all the way to the World Cup final? Only time will tell, but it's going to be an incredibly thrilling ride to find out.